Who remembers what happened last time? We can tell the rest.
Definitely not me, because I can't even remember a week.
We can try like a joint effort.
I can
I'll
try.
start.
Sure.
Say what we remember.
I'll start, Jonas. You fill in the gaps.
Sure.
You even have to do it in limericks.
In limericks? Oh my.
Now in limerick form, there once was a group named I don't know,
Us.
us, who got in a bit of a
You lived on a
tuss.
party bus.
Got in a bit of a fuss. Yeah, I don't know. Well, just keep. Go ship, go!
Well, last time we, I do believe, went to Nidhogger's lair again after having bailed the first time. Because he was apparently hoarding some sort of evil, super powerful artifact that we think we wanted. And long story short, we eventually killed him, his scaly, pillar-eating ass, and found out that indeed it was a very fancy box. And inside the box there was the phylactery of Fawn, a kind of, well, a heart pierced by thorns and stuff. Very thematic and stuff. And so now we have that. We also found that apparently 100 meter north or something, or some miles rather, there was a sort of tomb with lots of goodies in it, and it made us all rich. Then we left. And then we decided that we'd take a week of downtime and then finally go to Fawn and tell him that, hey, we don't agree.
Time's up.
It was his heart covered in thorns.
Yeah.
Very pure. Blah 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 blah.
Coming out of the cairn, you also met a devil.
Oh, we...
And what
yeah.
exactly kind of information was he able to give you?
what's his face again? What's his name again?
He killed Chloe.
What was he called?
He
Something.
was named, if I have it written down somewhere. I think it was Cereborus.
His name was Zerebus.
Zerebus, yeah.
Zerebus.
Zerebus was sent by Fawn to kill us, but Zerebus was a sneaky devil. And he was like, quick, Fawn gave me some tasks and I have to fulfill them. I have to kill something. And we gave him Chloe and he ripped Chloe to shreds and then asked us if that did indeed teach us a lesson. And we were like, yeah, definitely. And I think we had to do one more thing, but I don't remember.
Give him a drop of our blood.
Oh yeah,
Taste
drop
of
of
our
our blood. So he murdered something and taught us a lesson and tasted our blood as Fawn told him to, and then he was like, okay, let's talk. And he told us things. He told us about his lieutenants, I do believe.
Yes, he told us about one Grigory Sharkov, which was his like pet necromancer. He told us about someone named Marcel Wolfram, which is like super powerful mega warrior dude, as like his bodyguard. And a frost giant chieftain called the Ice Axe. And that he also has a powerful queen that more is loyal to her people than to Thorn. So especially, you know, if we maybe can kill the chieftain, maybe she will just up and leave. That was the thing, I think.
We also asked him if he knew anything about the tablet that has like Theodora's name on it, and he was like, yeah, it's there somewhere.
He also asked us to retrieve a locket without opening it or looking inside. And the
Oh,
locket
yeah,
has
because-
his-
Oh yeah, we have to
Has his
release
true name
him.
in it.
Yeah, it has his name in it.
Well, no, we're not releasing him. We're just giving him his true name so he can fuck with anything whenever he wants to.
Well, he wanted us to do him a favor. Always,
You struck a deal, basically.
yeah.
You hurt me and I'll not kill you.
Well, he wanted us to protect him. But we kind of
He
said,
wanted his true name unscribed upon or unlocked upon. In return, he would give you a lot of information, and for that matter, have good relations in the future.
Yeah, I think
Where's
that covers
there-
most of it.
"Where's that Tyrannosaurus?"
I tried to summon it, see if it worked, and it did.
Good job.
I shall assume my position in the sky.
This is how Zacharias spends our downtime practicing summoning spells.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I didn't.
Where's
I
my
didn't know.
ukulele?
Oh yeah, give him a ukulele and a bow tie.
So, it has been a week since you came back from the cairn. You've all rested up and learned to relax a little bit. You know, in one way or another. You know, the day has arrived when you agreed to meet again. So, we go to the meeting room.
To the meeting room.
Unless we from now on meet on the chessboard.
No,
There's just
don't.
someone painted on the chessboard. It seemed, I don't know.
That's a
Who
story.
did this?
Yes.
I
Who
couldn't
else
help
would do it? Be honest.
It needed a pentagram.
You know what? You will all notice that Cash is for once wearing her Asmodean symbol around her neck.
Wow.
Wait, what?
This is some sort of formal occasion.
Yes, this is how she formally goes to a party.
No.
You will also notice that that outside, when you file in, you will see Isabel standing outside with carrying something with a blanket over it.
Oh, is it not that guy again?
Oh yes.
It's that guy again.
Round?
Oh.
What round is this? Round 4 for us?
But no, it's not a formal occasion. Cash is just wearing it proudly for some reason.
No.
As there is like bling when it comes to holy symbol. He's got like his normal one, then he's got like a special one he made, and he's ready.
He has 20 different ones depending on his
No.
mood.
Cash has one. The one
No,
Floyd
it's
gave her.
5. One for each point of the pentagram.
Remember, Fornall gave us one.
No, Zacharias threw it away.
You did. I remember this.
Well, Cash is wearing hers.
I'm glad you kept it.
Of course she did.
Probably being scried on.
It's not being scried on. She can't be scried on. Not right now. Oh dear, is we gonna talk to him again? He's always so creepy.
Yeah, we are, definitely.
She says to the lich.
Well, she's kind of getting used to the dead people over there.
Yeah,
The
once
weird
again,
ones over here.
So you have gathered. Well, sort of filing in, I suppose.
Yes.
Zacharias floating above his seat.
How do each sort of look as you enter this room? Preparing to basically do your dread deed, if you will.
Well, Zacharias is not clad in his vestments of the Archmage because they're not done yet. But he has been working on it. In the meantime, he has his now rather tattered vestments. His long coat, robe and cloak and things, all sort of floating and billowing slightly around him. He also wears, of course, his splendid crown with all the runes of power gleaming into it. There is, as always, an unnatural stillness around him, as if heartbeats and sound and warmth just flees from him. And he hovers slightly over his seat, without even he gives no sound really. His eyes just gleams everywhere where he looks. You will also see he seems to have a lot of pouches and bandoliers and things. Basically, he is stacked to the nines with potions and weird pouches and stuff all over his person. He's ready for battle.
No, Chiron is dressed as he always is because he's always ready for battle. And he's certainly wearing a sort of content smile with a mix of excited tenseness, maybe. The expression occasionally switching to one of annoyance as he seems to mumble to himself as he just sits down, anxiously waiting. Well, not anxiously, but impatiently waiting for the others to do their thing so they can finally get going.
Zeros for one will walk in, currently dressed in a very very ostentatious looking robe, slightly shimmering. Zacharias would know the shimmer is from the illusion going over it. It is black. It is black and red around his neck. Visibly, there are two things. His holy symbol of the fire aspect for Asmodeus, as well as his blood red crystal. He's got his very fancy looking, almost like black crown, as he wanders in, leaving embers behind him as he walks. Sitting in his chair, just toying with a small ball of fire while he waits for others.
I actually have some extra. Chloe and Cash both have half of a goggle. You know, they can be put together, but right now, Chloe has one and Cash has one over their eyes. And she also is wearing her very nice new Deathless Mithril shirt. And she has got some very interesting gloves. Very pretty gloves. I look forward to touch on one with those gloves. Just saying.
Marcus.
Well, yeah, Marcus clanks in. Sorry, by the way, I'm sick, if you can tell in my voice. But so he clanks in, and he's wearing the same black armor he's worn for a year now, or more even, and it's decorated with visages of skulls and wraiths and other deathly beings, and basically very unpleasant to look at. You feel a little uneasy. You know, his helmet with the flaming, well, not necessarily flaming, but they almost seemingly flaming eyes peering out from the eye holes, I guess. And the horns depicting basically all devilish and shitty things that no one wants to like. And he just menaces this aura of cruelty and hatred as he peers around the room. And he sounds like Darth Vader.
Halldamir doesn't breathe, I suppose.
He doesn't, yeah.
He does, just so he can sound like Darth Vader.
Yeah,
true.
just for that, yep.
Just for menace. When all have gathered, Zacharias will look around and see if anyone wants to seize the initiative. And if they don't, he will. He will say, "My friends," grinning with his skull, "we are about to launch our attack at our supposed master and overlord and finally crush him. The fortress where he has ensconced himself is no doubt heavily defended with all the beasts and powers he can muster, which, even in his diminished state, is no doubt vast. I have looked into some of the history of that place, and as it turns out, it has been the site of the stronghold of the same creature that we currently hold imprisoned with Isabel as the guardian of. I'm speaking, of course, of the Whispering... No, what was his name? Nameless, sorry. The Nameless Tyrant.
The stronghold that Anfaria eventually destroyed.
Yes. Thorn has, according to my research, built his fortress upon those ruins.
That seems rather stupid.
Build
Not at
a lair
all.
on someone else's lair.
The place is a nexus for power. And to construct your fortress there has certain advantages if you are to weave magic of immense power. It's actually quite understanding that he built it right there. We do have a slight... might be a slight advantage though, because we actually hold the master of the place in our grasp. I have spoken to him at length, and he wishes to appear before us here in this meeting to plead his case. As far as I understand it, he wants us to bring him to that stronghold and set him free. In return, he has told me that he will wrest from Thorn some of the powers lingered to that place. Apparently, the tyrant still has control over it, and releasing him would throw quite the wrench into Thorn's machinations.
And you're considering that offer?
Zacharias nods. Yes.
Have you looked behind his motives to why he would like to be fed?
He wants to be freed so he can continue his research, whatever that was.
Yeah, there's already one lich that is quite annoying. I don't think I want another one.
Zacharias snorts.
So you don't know if it's Thorn or you I'm talking about?
No, but he has an inkling.
There really are a lot of liches around, aren't there?
Yeah.
But there's one that is particularly annoying right now.
He kind of tend to stick around.
Well,
Forever.
That's the point.
yeah, I don't think that's a good idea to let him.
Do you truly think that it is a good idea to set free the nameless tyrant for the long term in order to give us a short term advantage?
If we do not win this battle, there is no future anyway.
Well, the last time we released someone, which I recall was happened to be, what was his name? The Demon Prince. He just came back to annoy us.
And we destroyed him.
How do you propose we destroy the nameless tyrant?
Easy, smash his box.
Zacharias smiles as best he can with his dead face and says, "The tyrant is indeed difficult to destroy. He is a demi-lich, after all. Destroying his physical form is difficult, but not impossible. It would be as trying to destroy myself, although he has deteriorated to a point that he has acquired many interesting properties, would be my guess. I doubt magic would hurt him at all. In return, he doesn't have much of magic in himself either. Most likely he is some sort of he sort of waves his hand, a psionicist."
You know, after all this is done and we all go to ourselves, I kinda want to be left alone. I don't want annoying liches or whatever coming and visiting me in my fortress.
I don't think he would. As far as I understand it, he too wants to be left alone.
Well, it seems that whenever we release something, they just can't find their way to just leave us alone. They always want something.
If he crosses our path, we will no doubt defeat him.
So what you're telling us is the creature that you've been so insistent on keeping as isolated as possible has offered you a potential short-term advantage, and now you want to set him free on a whim.
Zacharias grins. Perhaps, yes. I am, I will say, curious as to what he will do to Thorn and Thorn's power once we release him up there.
Why wouldn't he just join Thorn?
He has no reason to.
Has he any reason to help us?
Perhaps a small reason. In return for being set free, he might feel a moment of thankfulness before he disappears. And
He's
in
a
that moment,
lich. They don't have that feeling.
he understands certain concept of depth, I think.
Well, I think it's a bad idea. I don't want liches. And I don't want I don't want him around to be on my conscience that one day I'm gonna get a message about a freaking lich starting trouble, and I was the one who helped him get it being fed.
Well, that hasn't stopped us in the past for upsetting things. We
Well,
we sicked Shargammon on the Imperial capital, after all.
I just feel like we should stop doing that.
But why stop now when it has been so fun up until this point?
Because at my fortress I am gonna have a lot of, well, I already do have a lot of damn humans, and they're so weak to this kind of stuff, and I don't want to get new people all the freaking time.
As I said, I don't think he would attack any of us. I simply don't see him being interested in it. remember that the ones that he was actually warring with was the Ice Elves and Antharia and Aramanthus. Also remember that Antharia is still out there somewhere. We do not know where. We only know that she is incredibly powerful. Freeing the tyrant might also throw a wrench into her plans. His domain is located roughly in the same area as her domain. Most likely they would war first, if anything.
So what you're saying is the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yes. I think honestly that would be the most heavy argument of letting him free, is that he would actually most likely oppose Antharia.
It sounds more like not enemy of my enemy is my friend, but enemy of my enemy is my weapon.
But what of the UTAC? We made a deal with them. They would probably want to settle in the region where the nameless tyrant is
They are free to
controlling.
settle.
They may take it as a slight if we release this being into their claimed
And how
grounds.
would they ever get to know that we released him?
Some
Still something to
demi-lich,
consider.
some demi-lich showed up. There's nothing immediately pinning it on us.
The tyrant is a myth, a bedtime story to frighten children. I doubt many believe he actually exists. The only one that would be Antharia and the Ice Elves, whatever remnant they still have.
If any.
Well, so is Vistromo and Drow. What is your point?
My point is that it would take quite much for them to realize that the tyrant is back, and there's no way for them to link it back to us anyway.
Well, the thing is, I don't want anything to link back to. The thing is, everything I do with you guys is going to reflect on what is going to happen after all this. Every time something the Ninth Knot did is going to be related to me, and if I wish to be left alone...
You know, I think it's a little late for that.
We have killed kings and dragons and toppled a nation into ash and ruin.
That was a little dragon, and the lindworm, I got a mark for it, and I'm quite proud of it.
Still killed a king. Not many people can claim that.
We also
Kings come and fall.
We also unleashed Shargammon on the capital.
Oh, that was
Well, Shargammon is on our side. I quoted.
You
I
think?
quoted. He's kinda on our side.
I would say that the tyrant is on our side as much as Shargammon is.
Well, and humans die so quickly anyway.
Indeed.
But a lich doesn't, that's my point. All the humans I have pissed off in 200 years, I will be nothing but a myth.
So, don't make him an enemy. That is how we treated with Shargammon, was it not?
Shargammon won't forget you.
Indeed.
I did nothing to anger Shargammon.
And
You
we will
planning
do
to
nothing
anger this?
And we will do nothing to anger the tyrant. There is no point. Rather, I think he is much more even reasonable than Shargammon.
Well, the difference between Shargammon and him is that Shargammon is actually alive. Don't trust the dead.
Either way, I would not want to fight a lich by unleashing another one, and I surely don't want him interfering when we go for Antharia.
I don't see how he would.
Well, he wanted to plead his case. Let him plead his case.
Zacharias nods, waves to the door, which opens.
Isabel hovers in with the sort of cloth over her, covering her hands as she moves before you and bows deeply and sincerely.
Isabel, always the beautiful.
She looks up and sort of looks at you with her snaked eyes, her true eyes closed.
The door closes behind her, and then Zacharias will, with mage hand, remove the cloth.
Sure. Inside, you see the sort of very frail-looking box, and inside of it, the skull, 10 shining gems along its crown, currently shining with power, sort of a deep light emanating from within the empty eye sockets. As it beholds all of you, sort of hovering slightly, its jaw moving ever so slightly up and down as it moves.
So, have you come to a decision yet?
Rice looks at him and says, the rest of my compatriots wish to hear your case stated from you, Tyrant.
Very well then. As it is, it seems that we are in a position where we can help each other. I wish to be rid of this infernal box. It makes my research ever so difficult. Beyond that, it seems like you're going to a place with which I have some history. There are some things there that I would very much like to reacquire from someone who is taking possession of them. Beyond that, perhaps I would rather not see you destroy everything I have created there. Not that I think you necessarily could. There are hundreds of beings that I have made that are as deathless as myself, most likely still there, attuned to the place. Undoubtedly, the person you're going after is currently assigned as their master, as he is the master of the place, the locale, in my absence. My power does not project outside of this box, and so it is as if I were dead. If a demi-lich could look saddened, you think that's what he would look like. This grieves me, as these creatures have been mine for ever so long. A village once, perhaps. Now they are deathless watchers of the towers, and I can promise you, you would very much like them to stay out of your way. You see, I think we want the same thing, you and I.
He slows down to let you answer.
So your plan is, after we released you, we dealt with Thorn. You're going back to your... what is it called? Fortress. And study.
I will have to gather some things in the local area, see what's left. I can only, however, assume that you would want to take over the old fortress.
Cash raises an eyebrow at the statement of the fortress.
Yes, we would.
Okay.
There are some vested interests there.
And as such, I would simply get what is mine and then leave. For a suitable location close by, likely. Who knows when we might need each other in the future.
What exactly is your